So now let's trade or backtest the strategy on the Euro Yen 5 minute. We're going to go back maybe 4 months, and what we are doing is at the open of either the London session, which is the open of the blue box, or the green, or here the open of the New York session, which is here the open of the beginning of the red box. We are looking for either a continuation. So if we are, for example, in so previously before London we have the Asian session. If we see in the Asian session there's a trend, then we want to typically look for a continuation in the London session. Or if we have a range market in the Asian session, so here we have a range before the London open, then we look for breakouts and trends into the London session. And we can do the same for the New York session. So we look at what has happened prior to the New York open. Do we have a trend? Then we look for continuations. Do we have a sideways range in the New York session? Then we look for a breakout. And that is what we are testing now. And I have prepared an Excel file where we are tracking the date, the time of the entry, the type. So is it a continuation or is it a breakout trade? Then we should also, the session, although this is a little bit in the time actually, we're going to see that, so we don't need to track that. Then we have, I want to track different target approaches or strategies. First is a 3-to-1 passive. So we have our stop loss placement, set the target at 3-to-1, completely passive. Then we have a trailing at the EMA. So we have the same stop loss as in the 3-to-1, but we're going to start trailing the moving the stop loss after 1R has been hit. So we're going to start trailing, and we have an open-ended target where we have an exit when the moving average is broken, and also we have a divergence on the stochastic, which should signal the end of a potential trend. And yep, that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to go back a few months. So now is here. So we go back 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say October the 1st. And yeah, TradingView doesn't have that. So sometimes in TradingView you have to do it twice. So we're just going to default our chart to November. And then we should go able to go back more. And here is beginning of October. Okay, so we have the session indicator. I use the 13 and the 30 EMA. And okay, now we are here past London session. Here is Japanese or Asian news, and then we're just going to wait until European Open happens, which is at 9 a.m. So you can see this is going to be here. We can just fast forward. Not yet, not yet, not yet. So we are getting close. So the London Open is happening soon. What do we have in Asian session? Not much. When we zoom in, you can see that. What did we do? From here to here, more or less just a range, but also not a tiny range, or not a narrow range, which is usually ideal for breakout trading. So hard to make sense of this. Maybe you could say this is what we have, but nobody's forcing us to trade. So if we don't like the Asian session on any given day, we can just fast forward or wait. So you can see nothing really is happening, no trend, no tight range. The New York session is opening here at 2 p.m. So we have a few hours. Can we see kind of the breakout here, but I don't think this was reasonable to trade. Then let's see. New York open. So what we have, New York is opening, and in London we had the trend. A trending market. You can see we made lower lows and lower highs. Very nice trend structure. So how do we get into a continuation? We could look for a pullback back into the moving average. Then we wait for a structure. Let's see. But here we could definitely start thinking about looking for trading opportunities. We have the push into the moving average. Previous support is holding as resistance. That's good. Typically, you want to get short when the market makes a new lower low. which the market is definitely struggling with. And you can see, now you can see we are already 2 hours into the open. No momentum, and that's probably then a sign where you don't want to trade anymore. So typically what you will see is that the entries happen very close to the open, at least or latest 2 hours into the open. If that's not the case, you're better off waiting for the next day. And what you can do with this strategy is just trade multiple pairs. I think it's a very, very easy scan. You can scan, for example, 10 markets before the London Open and see which one of them had a good Asian range, which one looks favorable during the Asian range, and then only continue monitoring that. So I'll just fast forward until we arrive at close to 9 a.m. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we are close to the New York session, to London session open. What we have is a trending market here, right? We're definitely moving higher. London is opening, so we are typically wanting to look for trend continuations now. We have a breakout right at the open, so we could definitely take that. You can see we have to pull back into the moving average. Target or short position, long, sorry. Target or stop. Stop loss, we could place it underneath the breakout candle. Almost, we don't need to be too stingy with the stop. We can put it maybe at the moving average, hide it a little bit. Then, because we have the 3-to-1 and also here the 1-to-1, the trailing. So I will just, for the first part, make it at 1.0. And once this has been hit, then we know we start trailing it. And the other is just a regular 3-to-1. This is our other one. So we'll see. You can grab a screenshot from your trades. Comes in handy later. You can see we're entering right at the open. So this is 4th October, 9 a.m. So 4:10 at 9. This is a continuation. We can also just call it continuation C and breakout B. That should be enough. And now let's see. Not hit the, I'm not sure. This will be a close call for, yeah, you'll be out here. So we didn't have a chance to move the stop loss. So all of them would have been a stop hit. So they all have a -1 outcome. And we can grab a screenshot of the exit as well and save that. Okay, then let's wait. New York is opening relatively soon. Now you can see we have another breakout, but at that point the European session has been going on for quite a while already. We're now 3 hours in, kind of a lunch break too. Better off waiting for New York. And we are still seeing the trending action. So the market is opening, you can see that. And we have right at the open another breakout. So we could still say we trade the continuation. Stop loss here, 1-to-1 for the first part. So you can definitely see we're coming from the Asian session where we started trending. Then we had the European session trending. And now we want to see, do we get a continuation in the New York session? So still the same day, but now we are 11 and there's also a continuation. Okay, so what do we have? So we move our stop loss here. This is a passive approach. Here we start trailing it at the EMA after 1. So now we are start trailing it, and you can see and test different approaches. Do you trail it at the 13 or at the 30? We can say, okay, we can start trailing it at the 13 EMA. And for the other one, we're just going to watch the RSI. Let's see, our stop loss is moving up. Let's see, where would the passive 3-to-1? Right here. So this would have been hit here. 0.85. Let's actually make 2 columns. See, does it make a big difference? And here we're going to use the other moving average, 30. This one is, oops, yeah, they're all. So here we have 0.8. Divergence is in here. You can see that, clear divergence. So we are out for pretty much the same, 0.8. 8. The other one is still running. Okay, here you can see, that's not quite 3. Okay, not quite. Let's see. Okay, this would have been a 3 to 1. And the 30, you can see if we traded on the 30, we are still in this, but this one is a 3 to 1. And this one is still left here. So let's just see when we hit the 30. Here. Let's say here, which is 2.65. Okay, 2.65. Okay. We can take a entry screenshot, exit screenshot as well. Now we wait for the Asian session to be over. You can see after New York, London closed, we faded. Let's fast forward. Wait until 9, or close to 9 at least. 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6. Okay, so we have some, it's more or less of a ranger. You can see, not really convincing, I think. You can see we are pretty much just ranging, nothing really worthwhile. We had a little bit of a range here, but we had a breakout before for London Open. So I don't want to do anything here in the European session. So we wait until 2 p.m. Here we have a trending market, right? So you're trended. Then we have put in a low. We could wait for the market to clear the low to trade a continuation in the US session. Short. Then stop loss, we can start with a stop here at this lower moving average. Then 1 to 1, just so we have the reference point where we start trailing. Okay, so we mark this. This is the 5th of November. Let's just leave a space so we know October, obviously. It's a new day. Time of day is, let's say 3 p.m. And this is a continuation out of Asia, out of New York, London, sorry. And okay, immediate stop hit on all. Oops. And this one as well. Okay, continuation would have happened. So interesting to see. Our stop was just too tight. Maybe we should at one point, if this happened, we can start experimenting with other stops. But for now, this is the chosen approach. Now we're only in London, moving into Asia. Asian session. We wait for the European session. We're seeing a nice uptrend. A little bit of a pause. Range. Okay, so we've seen a push just before and a reversal. So what we have in Asian session is a range market. So we had a trend first and then a range. The breakout already did happen here a little bit before that. Now we are seeing maybe a retest. I'm not seeing anything super interesting for now. Back in range. Yeah, definitely nothing here, so we wait for the New York session. Oops. Okay, we have a trend again. Europe trended. Now London, we are looking for continuations, but we need a pullback first. We're pulling back into this area. Let's see. Okay, if we clear the low, then this would be a short. Barely. I don't like those too much. Yeah. Once candle later looks much better. So stop-wise, again, we can put it in the middle between the two moving averages. I think that's a decent spot. This is the 6th at 3 p.m. once again. So new day at 3, and we have a continuation. Okay, we hit the 1R. This is where we start moving the stop loss. We are trailing the stop on the moving averages, and yeah, we can just mark it at that point. How do I mark it the best? Let's see, here and here. And then our target, the ultimate target is 3, still quite a distance away. Okay. Okay, this has been hit. Whoops. The entry was here, right? I think so. Then I cannot. Oh, yeah. The exit was here on the one, and the other one, the market is still in. So this was just not a break even, but yeah, 0.3, as good as break even. So the 13 trailing is 0.3. The other one is taken out here. Oops. Can see. So what is that? Negative 0.1 probably. Negative 0.1. The passive approach is still running. We don't have a divergence yet. Okay, so probably gonna think about taking profit soon, as Asia is getting into a close. New York, sorry. Yeah, you can see. In your trading, probably you would have a rule for that. You can see we're very, very close to the target now. At that point, I think it's very safe to say we're closing this for let's say 2.5. Didn't make it all the way. 2.5. And where do we have a divergence at one point here? Not really. No, hard to say where you would have exited this. Is this a divergence? It's a double. Not a classic divergence. Yeah, you could say this is a divergence. Then your exit would have been here when the moving average was broken. So here, 1.4R, I can see. 1.4R, okay. Then we clear this and let's wait for London to open. We're now at 6 a.m., 7, 8, 9. Okay, so here we have an interesting behavior. We have a range here that the market tried to clear, but on the open we are back in the range. So this could look like a fake out. If we get above this, I would look for a long. It's a very common behavior to see the Asian fake out. So this is the Asian range, right? Then we have the breakout, that is a fake out. And then very often, if you get to the other side, this could be a very classic trap pattern. But no, doesn't look like that. It's still trapped in the range, so you're probably just better off doing nothing. Yeah. We will just wait for New York to open at this point. New York is almost there. But again, what do we have? not much. We have here, we have the little range here during the European session, but we have the low here. Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable getting into a trade, so I will just wait for the next day. There's nothing here really to excite us. You can see just more noise, more sideways. Next day is coming. So you'll always have another day. You never need to force a trade. Okay, so what did we do during Asian session? Move up, move down, but pretty much unchanged. No trend here really. You have to break out. That was not too bad. Let's see. Almost New York session. Here we have actually a nice range now, so we could definitely think about trading a breakout. Oops. Yeah, here we are. Breakout. Little bit of a wide breakout, so those are often not ideal to trade because you can see the stop loss has to be really wide, and then your target is for a 3-to-1 is really, really far away. They are not ideal, but let's just take them and then we can observe them in the backtest results later. So this is the 10 October at 2. So 10 at 2. This is a breakout. What do we have? Okay, the stop was hit. And then the push comes. Let's just see. I'm updating it in a moment. Just want to see the New York session. Yeah, so crappy market. We can be a little bit more selective here. That's not ideal. Yeah. Probably trading back in the range was not the smartest idea. The market did find resistance here at the Asian high. Probably would have been a much smarter move, wait for a bearish breakout here. I think that would have made way more sense. Okay, now we wait for the London Open. Here 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 9. What do we have in Asian session? Lots of noise, nothing too exciting, I think. You could say, okay, we had the flag, then the breakout, but then a lot of ranging here. Not really a good trending Asian session. Definitely don't want to trade here in the top. We learned our lesson. Asia high is definitely not something to play around with. A lot of volatility, no trend. We are moving here into this high, Asian high. Let's see. New York is not open yet, but soon. And we are fading the Asian highs once again. So New York is open. What do we have? Not much. Noise and noise. I don't see anything worthwhile. You could think about trading a breakout here, but you can see there's a lot of stuff to the upside. Yeah, not ideal. So you're probably better off just waiting one more day. Lots of noise. The breakout happened, but you can see we didn't get a lot of follow through, and then immediately as London closed, New York was getting late, and then you have the reversal back to the open. Let's just wait. Nobody's forcing us. If we don't like the price action on a given day, we can always come back the next day and wait and see if we get something amazing. So Asian session, we had an uptrend actually, right? We moved higher. So I would like to see the continuation. For that, we need to get a close above the highs. Shorts, I don't feel at all. Where do we go short? I don't think it makes any sense to go short until we clear Asia low. A long would be actually a good scenario here. Doesn't look... we have a little bit of a lower bounce here. Adjust the level here to capture the highs here. Do we get the breakout? Not a strong enough breakout for me here. I definitely would wait one more candle. We're getting close to New York open. That would be, yes, that's a nice candle breakout. So you can see we have the range out of, or the trend in Asia pushback, but the market was not able to reverse on London. Then we could see the continuation out of Asia. Stops here below the breakout level. Not too close to avoid the getting taken out on a retest. This is now the 12th at 12:30. 12:10 at, well, 12:30. And this is a, well, it's more of a continuation because we are continuing the Asian trend. During the Asian session, we only moved from the low to the high, so that's definitely a trend during Asia. And we'll see. Retest. Survived, but so much volatility. Hold your breath. And we're out. Let's just see, New York is opening. Okay, we are out here. Lots of fake outs. London is closed. Now we're waiting for the next New York open here. Very rangy. Maybe we get our first Asian range. Yeah, looks like it. So we have the Asian range very tightly defined, good confluence overall. This is not only the Asian high, but it's also the New York high here from last day. So this would be up. I missed it. Short. Then above the breakout candle, 1-to-1 is here. This is the 13th at 9, just on the opener. 13:10 at 9, and this is a breakout. Let's see. And again, reverse back into the Asian range. So now we have a fake out. You can see this was the breakout, fake out. Then just take the long. 1-to-1. This is 11 a.m. same day. So here 11. This is a breakout as well. Let's see. This is where we move our stop loss. Here you can see the stop still unmoved. Where's the 3-to-1? Has not been hit. Not quite. Okay, the 3-to-1 would have been hit. Our stop loss is now here at the break-even point, and the other one is still not moved. Stop here. So this one would have been taken out at 0.6. The other stop loss is here. So this was 3. This was 0.6. Divergence, not yet. 30 was been hit here. Also not 0.1 only. 0.1. And yeah, you could say the divergence is the same exit because you can see here lower highs. Well, it's a convergence, but it's definitely a signal against it. 0.15 and 0.115. Okay, New York is about to open. Oops, sorry. Clear the drawings. New York has still a little bit time. Okay, New York. Maybe we get a continuation in New York. Not yet. Let's see, a close above this on the New York Open would be really interesting signal. Oh, okay, but we get exactly the opposite. Nothing for us to trade here. Okay, there's just too much. Okay, what we have, a fake out here to the downside. Could be news driven. Did I turn this off? Okay, we don't get any news information here, but this could be news driven. Oops, sorry. 1, 2, first. So we have the breakout. Yeah, we did have obviously the range, then the continuation here, or the trend in London. And this would be a continuation on the European trend, right? Long position. Again, very, very far away is the breakout, not ideal. Those are not great because usually I would like to place my stop loss underneath the breakout candle, but in this case it doesn't make so much sense. So we have to play it aggressively. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's the way it is. This is the 13th at 5. So same day, 3 trades, busy day. So this would be more of a continuation because we're continuing the previous trend, which is the London trend. Okay, where's 3? Not quite. So at this point we're going to start trailing our stop around the moving averages. Okay, 3 to 1 would be hit. Our 1 stop is now up here as well. So the stops is moving up above 3. Oh, and here we've been hit. The other stop is still active, so we have 3 and the stop was hit here, a little bit higher here. 3.3, okay, not much difference, but we have 3 and 3.3. Do we have a divergence? Yeah, we have a triple tap. You can see that. So we can give this the same 3.3. I'm not a big fan of this one. This seems to be a little bit more subjective. I'm not sure if I'm gonna follow this or not, but we'll see. This one is still open until the 30 has been hit. Just fast forward. 30 is coming up. And here we are hitting it. 4.2, okay. That was the biggest one so far. So we have 9 trades, 6R, break even, 2R, 1R. So this passive approach for now seems to be the top performer, which is interesting. But things can change really quickly here. You just need to hit one big trade. Like here you can see this 4 to 1. If we get 1 or 2 more, then this could definitely turn things on its head very, very quickly. So let's see. We are now at 13th, so we have 2 weeks. So we started at the 1st October. 2 weeks of trading, not too bad actually. Let's keep going. Wait for London Open. Tight Asian range. Okay, here's the open. Okay, so we definitely can think about a breakout. The high of the Asian range is here. The low of the Asian range, I can say, could even go for, that would be really aggressive. But we could think about the breakout here. We have to watch this level. Is this not yet? Not yet. No, that's too big. Too far. Okay, so aggressive entry would be here, a breakout out of Asian range. The problem is here that we are trading immediately into this one. We don't even have a 1R, but let's see. In the backtest, we don't have to be too selective. We're just going to take the trades and then later evaluate this. So 14th at 9. 9, this is a breakout. Get the screenshot. Okay, you can see. Okay, now we are moving our stop loss, and both stops are beyond break even, which is good. So here's the lowest stop, and our 3-to-1. I can see how big this is. It's here. Okay, here the 13 is barely hit, but it is hit. And this is a 1.3. This one is still in play, so 1.3. Oops, this one has been hit too. At 0.8. 0.8. This one has not, the first one doesn't have a stop approach. So just ride or die. So we are now in the New York session. Let's reevaluate things quickly. We have a divergence here. So we want to be out now that the price is breaking the moving average. 1.2. And this one is still running. So what we can also look at, okay, we had a good trend here in the European session. So generally we would like to look for continuations in the New York session, right? But there was nothing, and we hit our stop on the first one. So this is a -1. Okay. Anything else what we should be aware of now? I don't think. No, nothing to trade here for us really. We will just reversed the New York, the London session, and reversed back lower. So at this point I would be standing out for the next day. Very, very volatile. Market is drifting into Asian session now. Okay, 4, 6, 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. So we did have a trend in Asian session, right? Here's the open, here's the where we are. So the market definitely did move higher. Not a lot, but the market did move higher. We have a big push on the London Open. So I would like to see a continuation in New York, in London, sorry. But we need to clear the highs definitely. Would I like to trade a short? I don't think we have enough. I don't want to go against the Asian session. Yeah, that looks much better. We don't get the close yet. Or the breakout. Now we have the breakout. Again, very, very strong breakout just before the lunch break. Stop wise, again, we are forced with a very wide stop, which is not great. We have to evaluate those later if those wide stop targets, wide stop trades make sense. So this is Monday the 17th at 12. 17:10 at 12. This is a continuation. So we have classic trend in Asian session. Then you can see we have the fake out and then the reversal. Very, very classic. Very classic open move. Retest and stop run. Okay. We are out. New York is opening and we have the continuation. But again, those are just very, very hard to trade. Again, you see how we would have to approach them with a very wide stop loss. And then you really have to find a strong trending market. Ideally, the breakout would not be as strong. Or another thing that you could be doing is if you don't like to trade them, wait for the market to retrace and then look for a lower entry. So we are hitting the 1, and this means we are trailing our stop loss. So here's one stop loss, and the 3 to 1 is all the way up here. Stop has not quite been hit, but almost. This is question, but those candles drag the moving average up without necessarily hitting it. The 3 to 1 has been hit. Okay, we are now trading a lot higher. The moving average is going up and up and up. No divergence yet. Okay, here we can say we were out. So we have 3R and 6R. This was a continuation at 3 p.m. So 3 has been hit. This is 6.1. The other one is still running. Divergent, not really yet. Well, you can say we have a divergence, but not. Divergence was just posted here. Okay. And I think it's safe to say we would be out here now. Or on the next one. 6.4, and I think we can give the same one to the last one. So this was 6.1, 6.4, and 6.4. Okay, grab a screenshot. And we keep going. Clear the drawing, we wait for the next day. And you can see one of those trades and everything looks really, really different, right? So now the first one has a sum of 7. We can actually do that. Let me just, sorry, I'm using different language keyboard. Sum, let's just do that. So here we can see 7R, 6, 8, 7. So those are the total profits for now in R. And you can see just one trade and everything is completely turned on its head. So that's the difference, or that's the characteristic of trend trading. If you have an open-ended trading approach, it could be the case that for weeks you are trading around break even and then you get your one big trade that makes 10R or more. And that's not very uncommon. So almost 9. What do we have? So we have the breakout before the the London Open. You can see. Okay, on the Open we are retesting it. We did. So the Open of the Asian session, or what did we do from the close of New York? You can see here's where we opened. Here's where we are. So only a very, very tiny, we cannot even call it trend, very tiny advancement. So I don't see this as a continuation, more maybe of a breakout out of this tight range here. We could say, okay, we trade a breakout. If we get above this, we are breaking out of this. And we're back. Okay, so no continuation. Yeah, very messy, so we probably have to wait for New York. You can see there was a big news event probably. We wait for New York, almost there. Here, but again, what do we have? More messiness. I don't think this is a good trading day. No trend and also no clear tight range. So just wait for the next one. You can see we're faking out highs. Breakouts, you ideally want to trade out of small, narrow ranges. A lot of pressure belts during small ranges. Those wide ranges are not ideal to trade for breakouts. We're going into a sideways range in Asia. Looks like a trending market now. Okay, we have a trend in Asia, which is good. Could trade a continuation. Okay, So right at the open, we have to face a decision. So we clearly have a trend in Asian session. Yeah, okay. At this point, I would say this is a good short opportunity. Stop can be around the moving averages. They're just separating. Grabbing a screenshot. I think that's decent. This is the 19th at 9 a.m. 19th 10 at 9. Continuation. Because we are trading the continuation in the after the Asian downtrend. And stop has been hit very, very quickly. Back in the range. Continuation happened again. Very, very nasty market here. You're much better off waiting for New York. Now comes the trend. Let's see, then we can maybe trade the continuation in New York. Where's New York opening? Here we are. So we did have a good trend in the European session. We just got taken out with the volatility here. Would have been quite nice though, but would have, could have, should have. So we definitely want to look for shorts. Doesn't make any sense to look for longs right now. And I think the opportunity is gone. We are now in New York only. So yeah, we were on the right path, on the right track, but just too much volatility for us. Let's see. Asian is open. London is about to open here. And what do we have? We had a break, a range, and then a trend. Looks really volatile here. What was that? Balance of trade. So it definitely looks more bullish than bearish. But yeah, this is too nasty. Too much volatility here. Would you comfortable trading a breakout? Maybe. Let's see if it happens not too late. Have to wait for. So this is a close call. We are definitely above the closes here. If you would have a line graph, for example, which is something Moritz likes to do, is you can see we're definitely clearing the highs. So long position. Stop loss, I don't want to put it all the way here. I think we can just put it underneath the close. Targets. So we have what we are trading as the continuation. We had the trend in Asia. Then we had the range market, but you can see the sell-off attempt failed. The market started to make higher lows. And now we would be trading the continuation here. This is the 20th at 1 p.m. 2010 at 1 p.m. This is a continuation. So you can see we have now 3 weeks of trading, 14 trades, which is, I think, decent for a day trading strategy. 1 to 1 has been hit. 3 to 1 not yet. Close, and we are trailing our stops at the moving averages now. Okay, this one would have been hit at 0.4. 0.4. The other one is still running. 3 to 1 would have been hit, and the 30 would have been hit here at 0.75. Okay, 0.75 and 3 here. And this one we have, okay, we can say this is divergence, higher highs, lower highs, and then the breakout here. So I give it the same, 0.75. Okay, keep going. Yeah, very, very messy day. but we're still able to trade the continuation. Okay, now US only. Let's wait. PM, AM, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yeah, nice Asian range. So we are definitely just moving sideways. You can see this where kind of we open. Very tight range. Here we had the trend, here we have the range. So we are now at a breakout scenario. Not breakout yet. Now we have the breakout, very strong momentum. Stops, I definitely want to put my stop below the area because retests are not very uncommon. Very wide stop once again. This is the 21st at 9. And this is a breakout. Grab the screenshot. Okay, that was quick. We start trading the stops, and here we have a 3-to-1. So the first stop is already here above break even, which is good. No open risk on this one. And here this would have been hit. Oops. Sorry. This is, give me a moment. 0.6. 0.6 on this one. A win is a win. The other stop just now, this is 0.7, and the other one is still running. 0.7. Oh, okay, that's a very close call. Sometimes this will take you out by spread, so very, very borderline call. Very, very borderline. Typically, I would not feel too confident taking this as a win, because there will be many times where you get taken out. But that's also why I said don't put your stop loss at the retest, at the Asian high. Asian high, Asian low, very, very important levels. But yeah, very, very borderline call here. The other one, I think we can, the divergence one, we can give this the same as this exit. Oops, 0.7. Okay, so far this looks quite promising. Let's just do it until we are at the end of October. Then we have done 1 month together. New York opened with the breakout. So we had the trend here in Europe. This would have been actually the entry here. Oops, stop-wise. We can put it below the breakout candle, I think. It's not too close. Here's one. So this is the same day at 3 p.m. And this is a continuation out of the London session. Grab the screenshot. 1 second. So we have the trend. At 1-to-1 we start moving to stop. And 3-to-1 is here. Okay, oops. Okay, let's see. So the 3-to-1 would have been stop hit. This one got taken out here and the other one here. So we have a 0.7. And this one I give it a break even because it was right here at the entry. So we have a, what is it? 0.7, let's say. And this is a break even, and this one as well. Well, I'm not sure if we can say this is a break even. I think here we have to take the full loss because we didn't do anything, and here we have a full loss as well. But overall I think quite okay, nothing to complain. We reversed to the downside, but no setup. Okay, end of New York. Asian session is beginning. Push in Asia, range in Asia, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So we have a very tight range here. We're already seeing the breakout here. I'm not a big fan of this one. Doesn't look too convincing, huh? We get a break and retest. It's just so much here. We are just trading into this one. Big supply area. I would not be super confident with that. We are building the range in Europe. Range is holding. Very tight European session. Whoops. And New York is opening. So what are we gonna do? I'm not sure. I don't want to trade either into this, and I don't want to trade into this. That's why I don't think this qualifies. And even if we get a breakout above this, I don't feel like this would make a lot of sense. So I would skip this trading day and just wait for the next day. There's just so many big levels here. The big supply up here, and here we have a lot of demand. I can see no follow through at all, no momentum here. The market's just struggling. Very low momentum. Okay, now we are, we are here in the European session. We had a good trend in the Asian session. So we look for continuations. We have a pattern here. We don't have a support level, I think. We could say we want to see a breakout out of this one to the downside. Oh, that was the entry actually. Big breakout candle, continuation out of Asia. Short, where do you put it? Always those candles are very hard. We can at least put it to the moving average. Then here's where we move it. And we're out. Okay. So this is the 25th at 11. 25, 10 at 11. This is a continuation out of Asia, and yeah, they all are stop hits. Let's grab the screenshot for later. Okay, now we wait for New York. Ranging. We have a good range in Europe, very tightly well defined. New York is coming. Breakout, but this would be a little bit against the Asian range. I would prefer to see something like that. Trend, sideways, continuation. I'm not a fan of going against the Asian trend. Of course, it can work out. Sometimes it will. But overall, I don't think it's a very smart idea. You can see we are trading directly into Asia high. Those levels are just so important. Here, Asia low. Really big levels. Yeah, I think we're better off waiting for the next day. It's already, London is closed. (2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 7, 8. Okay, so here we have a good range. Here's Asia high. Here's Asia low. And we have the breakout. Ooh, that pulls back quite a bit. I would like to see a bit more bearishness. Yeah, okay. The rejection here is a little bit worrisome, but we are clearing Asia. Stops here, we can trail it, put it between the moving averages. This is the 26th at 9 a.m. So we pretty much almost every day get a trade, which is interesting. 9. This is a breakout, right? We had the Asian range breakout. Let's see. And immediately stop run back in the range. Oops. Okay. Immediately stop, hit. Do we get the breakout to the upside? That would be a classic move. Okay, New York is coming soon. We have a big level here. But do you go short if you have not cleared the lows here? Probably not. Oh, tough call. Tough call. Yeah. I would like to see a little bit more bearishness. Okay. This looks better. Pulled back at least a little bit. Then our stop loss, we can protect it above the 2 areas here. Asia low. Moving average. 1 to 1 is here. So this is same day at 1:30. So let's say 1. Nah, it's just, oops. 30, and this is also a breakout. And stop has been hit right away, and once again. Okay. Yeah, you can see New York is back in the range. But what we're gonna do with this? Nothing, I guess. Yeah, now wait for the next day. Nothing here for us to do. Asia range tested once again. Oh, okay, nice trend. Asian trend, so definitely looking for continuations here. Okay, London is opening, but we don't want to get short if we get unless we get a structure or some pattern. But definitely short is the way to go for today. Flag. Yeah, with the level here, not a huge fan of those diagonal lines. We can work with them maybe here. Very aggressive entry though. Okay, seems like we're reversing Asia. Retesting previous support. What do we do now? I wouldn't like to short now as the market is going up in the London session. Okay, so now what do we have? We have Asia downtrend, European uptrend, so mixed overall. We see here the push, but is there an entry for us? I don't see it. There's no pattern. We have the level here, but not. I think that's not enough. We have the retest, but we have nothing here really, right? There's no pattern. We have the retest of this one now. You can see that. But again, yeah, even though it seems to be moving, but I don't think there's an entry here. This will be way too discretionary here. Yeah, nothing to do here. Okay, so now we are moving into late of October. We still have a few more trading days. We can just complete the month and then look at the stats. So we have Asia high around here, Asia low pretty well defined here. So Asian range, no trend. Do we have the breakout? Yeah, right into Asia high, so this is a little bit risky, but I think it's worthwhile. Stop can be, don't need to put so close. I think that's decent. Here's the 1-to-1. Asia, you can see a little bit wide range, but okay, lots of volatility here. There was, okay, interest rate, no change though. Okay, hold your breath. Okay, we start trailing our stops. The first stop is here. 3-to-1 is here. We get out before the supply, which is good. Okay, this stop has been hit. Here, the trailing stop at 1.6. What is the date? 28 at 10. 28.10. This is a breakout. This was, what was that? 1.6? I forgot. 1.6, yes. 1.6. The other one is still running. The other stop is hit now. You can see that. 0.9. And the set and forget is at 3 unchanged, so here. Lots of volatility. Doesn't look too good. Okay, eventually it worked out. Lots of volatility here. You didn't have a divergence here really, so I'm not sure how to process the last one. We would have, you can see we only made higher highs here. I'm not sure if you would still be in this. So you can see this is maybe not the optimal approach. You can see there's a lot of subjectivity here in this one. Not too great, not too great. Let's see, we have 2 more trading days. 28 is then the weekend, 9, 10, and then we have 31st. Okay, Asia is trending for now, pulling back. Not continuing in, what is that? Consumer confidence, reversing the trend. So now we have nothing really. We don't have a tight range and we do not have a clear trend. We had a strong trend in the beginning and then a strong downtrend. So we don't have a clear trend throughout all of the session, but we could say we are in the most recent trending history, we are short. So we could look for a short. Okay, here's a big event. Inflation and GDP. But if we clear this, we still have a lot of time. I don't want to see the breakout too close to the news. Okay. Seems like no breakout. And the news are bullish. Good, we skipped that. Faking out Asian highs. Again, one thing that is really standing out is that we could look for an Asian range fake out strategy, maybe something to test. This seems to happen quite often. What we could see, Asian range fake out, then here topping structure, double top fake out, breakout, trend to the downside. Definitely something to keep in mind for a future strategy. And yeah, now we are in the first of, so we didn't take anything here, although this may be something to explore later. So let's take a look. We have total of 20 trades for, well, 1 month, 20 trading days. I think that's okay. On average, maybe a trade a day. Some days we have 2 trades. One day we had 3. Profit-wise, the 3-to-1 passive is the best performing, which is interesting. I didn't expect that. The second best is the trailing one. There's not a big difference between trailing at 13 and trailing at 30. It's just 0.8 R, and yeah, one trade can change that. However, the good thing is that all of the strategies or variations are profitable. So what you could be doing is go with 3-to-1 or trailing, whatever you like more. What I would do now is apply this to another market and compare the backtest to see if it's very similar, it's very different. Are the expressions different? So what I mean is we don't have any losing streaks here. We have 2 losses in a row here. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 losses in a row here once. But other than that, it's totally fine. We have no major winning streaks. But overall, yeah, I think that's what you can expect from a trend following approach. I think overall, fairly decent outcome. Definitely promising, and off to the next one.